So people from all over the country and really all over the world for that matter are moving to North Carolina each and every day. But one big question remains for a lot of folks. What city in North Carolina is the best place to move to? Well, on today's video, we're going to give you all the details and tell you why we think Raleigh, North Carolina is the best city in all of North Carolina. Hello everyone, this is Chris Morton, real estate broker with the Morton Bradbury Real Estate Group. So let's get into it. So first off, before we begin, we need to give you a little disclaimer. We're going to talk about a lot of cities in North Carolina on this video today, but we don't want you to think that we're bashing on any of the other cities. There's some really great places in the state of North Carolina. I am from North Carolina, so I'm a big giant fan of many of the cities. And sorry to the Charlotte people, we just think that Raleigh has a lot of things that line up better for the vast majority of people. And we're going to tell you all about it today. And lastly, by the way, before we go any further, when we say Raleigh or Raleigh area, we mean the Raleigh Durham Chapel Hill Triangle area as a whole. So now with that out of the way, the first reason we think Raleigh is the perfect place to move to is it's the Goldilocks City. So Raleigh is great because it's not too big and not too small. It's really the perfect size for so many different people. About 500,000 people live in the city of Raleigh, and about 2.1 million people live in the Raleigh area as a whole. This means that the area is a really great place for people who are looking for a lot of things to do, but they don't want to be dealing with all of the traffic jams and the hassle and the inconvenience and the million-and-one loopity-loop interstates that are going around a lot of cities. Looking at you, Atlanta, Georgia. And with over 9,000 acres of parks and green space, Raleigh's not this concrete jungle where you have a tree every now and again. It's really a place where when you move here, you're really shocked by how green and lush and how nice it is and how many trees that happen to be here. So comparing Raleigh to other cities in North Carolina, Charlotte being a larger city, a lot more roads, a lot more traffic jams, not quite as much pretty trees there. Wilmington, great city on the coast, but unfortunately it's on the coast, so you're dominated by the beach and all that's going on in that regard. And plus Wilmington happens to be a much smaller city than Raleigh. So the advantage of Raleigh, not too big, not too small, it's the Goldilocks City. The next reason the Raleigh area is the best place to move to, we have excellent schools and universities. In fact, 8 of the 20 highest rated K-12 public schools in the entire state of North Carolina is in the Raleigh area, according to niche.com. And 7 of the 20 highest rated cities for public schools in the state of North Carolina are also in the Triangle. Raleigh is also the 19th highest rated city in the entire country, according to niche.com, which makes it the highest ranked city in all of North Carolina, according to niche.com. The next great thing that makes the Raleigh area such an amazing place to live, our universities and Research Triangle Park make us a melting pot. So we talk about this quite often on our channel, but the universities that are in the Raleigh Triangle area, UNC, Duke, NC State, Shaw University, NC Central University, and many others are bringing students and faculty in from all over the country and really all over the world. They're bringing their favorite foods, their cultures, and things they like and dislike. Along that same path, people that are coming here for jobs at the Research Triangle Park are doing the same thing. All of this causes a melting pot to happen in our Raleigh area, so you can easily find not only Southern cooking like collard greens and fried chicken, but also butter chicken and naan from our friends from India, as well as all the amazing foods you can find from China, Japan, on and on and on. Basically, the Raleigh area is the United Nations of culture. And comparing this concept to other cities in North Carolina, with the exception of maybe Charlotte, you're not really getting a lot of cultural diversity in the rest of the state. Great people live in the rest of the state, don't get me wrong, but people from all over the country, all over the world are not necessarily moving to Wilmington, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and on and on and on in large numbers to affect the culture of that area, as compared to Raleigh, where it's happening every day. Another great thing about the Raleigh area is it's centrally located. Raleigh was established in the dead center of the state to appease both the people from the mountains, people from the coast, that no one was going to get an unfair advantage of where the state legislature was going to be. The advantage to us of that is we're centrally located, meaning it's easy to get to both the mountains, to the coast, to pretty much anywhere in the state, as well as anywhere on the East Coast by car really, really rapidly. For example, it's only 2 hours to get to the coast. In fact, last weekend, we took an evening trip to go to the coast to have oysters with my family and drove back. That's something you can't do from a lot of places in the state of North Carolina. Raleigh gives a great advantage because the interstates, you can be on the coast in a couple hours. Now, comparing that to Charlotte, it's about 3.5 hours to the closest beach from Charlotte, which is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That means a round trip from Charlotte to Myrtle Beach and back again. It's going to take about 7 hours. That's a pretty long day to go just have seafood or whatever you're going to do. Most people are not going to do that. As well, let's compare Raleigh to Wilmington. Again, Wilmington, great city, but it's on the coast. That's a long, long drive to get from Wilmington to the mountains. Greensboro, Winston-Salem are even a little bit more west of Raleigh by about an hour and a half or so. So you can imagine the difficulty to get from Winston-Salem, Greensboro to the coast very quickly and back. Very similar to what you're dealing with Charlotte, I would guess. They can get to the mountains a little bit quicker than we can, but hey, 2.5, 3 hours to the mountains is not bad for Raleigh. All told, this makes Raleigh and the fact that we're centrally located the best place to live in North Carolina. The next great thing about the Raleigh, North Carolina area are diverse economy and thriving job market. Hands down, the Raleigh Durham Triangle area has the most diverse economy of any city in the state of North Carolina. We have, of course, technology with the Research Triangle Park, universities and all of the jobs associated with the university system. State government is here, so we have a tremendous amount of state government employees in the Raleigh area. As well, we have a thriving and very robust medical system here in the Raleigh area, including Duke University Medical Center, UNC hospitals, and Wake Med hospitals. And it goes without saying, I kind of brushed over tech a bit. I really need to emphasize the Research Triangle Park is really the central core of everything when we talk about tech. Not only is there technology companies as far as computer manufacturing, but there's AI technologies that are being developed. Apple, for example, is here. And the folks that work for Apple here in the Raleigh area are focused primarily on their AI technologies. Beyond that, there's health sciences and overall some really great, amazing, diverse job opportunities in Research Triangle Park. Now compare that to cities in North Carolina that are focused mainly on agriculture or on tourism or banking like Charlotte is. And you can see that the advantages that Raleigh and Durham and the rest of the Triangle area have are pretty stout. The next reason the Raleigh area is the best place to live in North Carolina, all the great things we have to do here. So because Raleigh is the state capital and because of all the universities we have in this area, we naturally get the majority of museums in the state of North Carolina here in the Raleigh area. For example, the North Carolina Museum of History is here, along with the North Carolina Museum of Art and the Museum of Natural Sciences. We also can't forget the Contemporary Art Museum, which is in downtown Raleigh. And as far as performing arts go, Broadway shows, for example, you can't forget the Duke Center for Performing Arts in Raleigh and the Durham Performing Arts Center in Durham. As well, we have the North Carolina Farmers Market in Raleigh and the NC State Fair that happens every October, also in Raleigh. And for nature lovers, we have plenty of parks in the Raleigh area. Just to name a few, we have Pullen Park, the giant Umstead Park, both in Raleigh, and Sarah P. Duke Gardens in Durham. And of course, no list of what makes the Raleigh area great is complete without talking about our sports teams. For those folks moving in that are hockey fans, Raleigh has the world champion NHL Carolina Hurricanes hockey team. There's also the Durham Bulls and Carolina Mudcats minor league baseball teams here in the area. And of course, all the major universities in our area have major football, basketball, soccer, lacrosse, on and on teams that win many championships. In fact, we're very proud of the fact that a very large majority of the men's basketball national championships are held here in the triangle between NC State, Duke University, and of course, my beloved University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. So if you're considering a move either into or out of the Raleigh area, my real estate team and I would be honored to be your agents of choice. You can email us at hello@mortonbradbury.com, give us a call on the number below, or click on the link in the description. We'll be happy to help you out and get things started. Check out this video. We think you're really going to like this one as well. Like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.